Okay, hi, I'm Marta. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be my January wrap up on February TBR. I hope you like it and let's get it started. Okay, let's start with the wrap up. These are all the books I read on January. It was not my best reading month. I read 6 books in total and only 2 of them were like new. The rest were all rereads. But at the same time, I was in exams and I didn't want to pick up a new book because I was not going to enjoy it as much. So that's why there are so many reads. Yeah, I started the year with my reread of Air Fire by Sadie Maas, and then I read also Queen of Shadows, Butterfly Storm, and The World of Dawn. I did not get to Kingdom fast. I was feeling a bit saturated, and that book is so long, so I only got to The World of Dawn. But I just love this series so much. I read a couple of years ago, and it is a 5-star series for me, a 6-star series for me. Like, it is amazing. It is a masterpiece in my opinion, and I just love it. I think it's one of the best book series out there, so I really recommend it. If you don't know what this series is about, basically you have Selena. She's an assassin and she's in prison because she has murdered a lot of people. But one day the prince of this kingdom goes there and he offers her a place to participate in this competition that's going to take place in the castle, in which the winner is going to become the king's personal assassin. So that's how the book starts. Also, at the same time that the competition is taking place, strange things are happening there, and she's trying to find out what's happening, what's behind all of that. But yeah, there's a huge debate about the reading order of this series. I think that you could either start with The Assassin Blade or with Throne of Glass, but I personally started with Throne of Glass, and I think it was a good choice. But in this read, I started with The Assassin Blade, so both are good options. Yeah, I gave Airfire 5 stars. I absolutely adore that book. The setting of that book is so amazing, and we are introduced to some new characters that I love, so it's just amazing. And then I read Queen of Shadows, also 5 stars. I absolutely adore this book. This one is my favorite of the series, altogether with Tower of Dawn, which I will tell you more about in a bit. But yeah, I think it's such an amazing plot that we follow, and the characters, we get to know them a lot more, and everything is so interesting. So yeah, this one is one of my favorites, and I will consider this a 10 stars if I could. And then I read Butterfly Storm. This is an unpopular opinion. I prefer Tower of Dawn over Butterfly Storm. I know everyone loves Butterfly Storm and reads a bit reading Tower of Dawn, because I read them as a tandem, like both at the same time. I personally recommend that, but people always say that they dread when they had to change to Tower of Dawn. For me, it was be of the opposite. I gave, well, in my comparison of that, I gave Empire Storms 5 stars, but in reality, it's like 4.75, something like that. It's not bad, like it is really good, but for me, Tower of Dawn, it is amazing, so I prefer to read Tower of Dawn. And that's why Tower of Dawn is my favorite of the series, together with this one. I just love a character-based book. It is my favorite thing in the world, and even when I don't like the main character, which this is the case, I just have such a good time getting to know them. Yeah, for me, Tower of Dawn is 100 stars. But yeah, those were my 4 rereads. Okay, now let's get to the two books that I read that were new. And the first one I read is in Spanish. I was gonna say I read in Spanish, but it is in Spanish. And that is Dos lugares que mantuvimos en secreto by Ima Rubiales. I love her. Like, she is such an amazing author. I love the relationships in her books. And this was not an exception. We basically follow Maeve, who goes to Finland because that's where she lives when she was really little, and her mother passed away a lot of years ago. And she's feeling lost, so she wants to get to know where her mother lived and the people she knew and all that. And there she meets Connor, who actually was her best friend when she was really little. That's why she doesn't remember him, but he does remember her. And he offers her the idea of writing a list of things she wants to do and then doing them together. And that's basically the plot of the book. The relationship is so good. The characters were so cute, and the setting, like, for me the best part about this book is the setting. I want to go there. I want to go to Finland, and it's my new obsession. But yeah, I think the book for me is not a 5 stars, but maybe like 4, something like that. I really recommend her books. I think they're amazing, and I just love reading in Spanish sometimes, and this was such a good option. Okay, and the last book I finished this month was Ready or Not. Don't remember the name of the author. And I have to say, this was a bit disappointing for me. I thought I was gonna love it, and in the end, for me, it's a 3 stars. It is really good, the book, don't get me wrong, but I thought it was going to be more romance focused instead of pregnancy focused. Like, I always knew what the book was about before going into it, but I don't know, I had some expectations that were not met there. But yeah, basically this book is about a girl who, after a one night stand, gets pregnant. So she's feeling confused and all of that. The dad of the baby is also confused, and one of her friends, he starts helping her and getting a lot for her. And it is a really wholesome story, but it was just so much pregnancy talk for me, and it did not meet my expectations. But I have to say, I love that you get to know the characters, even though it is a really short book. Like, I don't know how many pages the book has, but I read so fast. Also, that's a point for the book. You read the book so fast. It is like really fast paced, but the story doesn't feel rushed, and that's really good. But yeah, it was not my favorite book. We just leave it there. Okay, and now I started 3 books this month which I did not finish, so they are on my TBR for February. But I need to mention them here because I did read quite a lot. I started Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I got to like 45% of the book, and I'm really liking the book, but it is a bit repetitive. I don't think that much has happened, and it's such a long book, so it's just a bit repetitive. But basically, if you don't know what Iron Flame is about, well, it's the second book in the Fourth of Wing series. I really like Fourth Wing. I think it's such an amazing book, and I just love that it follows dragons. I love dragons. Yeah, Fourth Wing is basically about Violet, who has to enter the Academy of Dragon Riders. She doesn't want to, but her mother is making her. And this is like a deadly academy. A lot of people die, and you have to bond with a dragon. It's really difficult, but it's really good, the first book. This one is, as I said, just a bit the same thing over and over again. Not many important things have happened, in my opinion, but I'm liking it nevertheless. So yeah, it's also my TBR. I need to finish because everyone is talking about the third book and I just want to get there. Yeah, then I also started Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This is one of my favorite books. It is also a read, but I got this for Christmas and I wanted to annotate this. So that's why I'm going a bit slow. I'm like half into book and I'm just having so much fun. Basically we follow Brianna and Jacob. They are both doctors at the same hospital, but he is new. And the first impression of him is not the best. She thinks he's rude and she doesn't like him very much. Like, Jacob decides to write Brianna a letter in which he says that he's really sorry for the first impressions, but that he has social anxiety and it was such a hard thing for him to do, and all of that. And they start exchanging letters, and it is just such a wholesome book. Brianna understands him so well, and Jacob is such a cute person. Yeah. So my TBR, because I'm annotating the book, it's going to take me a lot more time, but I'm really excited. And last but not least, I also started The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, that on my ebook. And I'm like, I don't know how much into the book I am, but I also want to finish the book. Well, okay, I'm filming this like the 4th or 5th of February, but I originally filmed this the 1st of the month. But the footage is wrong, so I need to repeat this. That's so fun. But yeah, I have already finished the book right now, but it is fine. But yeah, basically we follow don't remember the main character's name. I'm so bad with names, but they are like, they don't get along at first, but then he starts working with her and they start becoming friends and all of that. And yeah, I just love Abby Jimenez, so that's why I started that book. Okay, now my TBR, the books I want to read this month and not finish. Okay, disclaimer, a couple of books I'm going to show you are already started or finished, but we're going to ignore that, okay? Yeah, we have The Grandioso Sugar Guide by Maria Martinez. I love Maria Martinez, she's amazing. And this, I think, is her newest release. And it's basically about a hunter who receives a letter that ends his life. He's feeling so lost, so he decides to go to a small town to try and find answers for the questions that he has. And then we have Willow, who is also feeling a bit lost, so she goes to stay at her grandma's house, and that's where they meet and they start talking and become friends and trying to work everything out, basically. Yeah, I love the cover, it is so pretty. Okay, next I have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This is a gothic fantasy, a duology, and basically we follow our main character who has like a voice in her head. She calls him the Nightmare, and this is because of an illness that she got when she was little, in which normally people are killed because of that, but she managed to escape. So yeah, she's living with that voice, and one day she's like offered an alliance to work with a mysterious highwayman to find the Providence scars to cure this illness. It sounds a bit strange and confusing. I'm sorry, but I'm not very far into books, so I can explain this better. So yeah, I know people love this, so I'm really excited, and what I have read already is really good. Okay, next I don't remember what I have next. Let me look it up. Oh yeah, I have Light by Alex Axter. I really want to read that book. I know there are really mixed opinions, but I do think I'm going to really like it because I'm just a sucker for a trials book. And in this one we follow 6 kingdoms in which the ruler has to go to this island that only appears every 100 years, so they can break a curse that is affecting all of them, and one of them has to die for the curse to be broken. And yeah, that's all I know, but it does sounds really interesting, and I know Amy Rosam loves this book, so I trust her. Okay, next, I need to find it because I do not remember what books I put on my TBR. I'm so sorry. Okay, here. Oh yeah, Beckborough or Steel by Sarah Adams. I really like Sarah Adams' book. I think they are so fun and just a cute small town romance. And this one is the third in the standalone series of When in Rome, and I have read the first 2 and I really like them. This is following Noah's sister, and she's a teacher, and her neighbor is also a teacher. They work together, but they don't get along, but she needs his help for something, and they start like an alliance. And I just heard I heard that the banter in this book is really good, and Sarah already said that this one is her favorite on the series, so I'm really excited because it is February, the month of St. Valentine's Day. I don't know how you say it in English. Valentine's Day? Not really sure, and I want to read some cute romance book, so that's exactly what that book is. Yeah, that's my TBR basically. I also have in mind like Deep End by Elie Hazelwood, and there's another book that was coming out this month which I don't remember, but yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like it, and if you want to know my opinions of these books, the ones on my TBR, I'm going to post blogs, and also at the end of the month I will post a wrap-up, so go subscribe and comment and like if you want. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.